unity clap. Hey everyone, I'm Danielle, secret pronoun from AAPI New Jersey. I'm joined with my colleague.
Hi, I'm Shira, pronoun is she, her.
Make some noise if you already know the unity clap.
Hi, my name's Amber Reed, and I'm co-executive director of AAPI New Jersey. We're in the lame duck session of the legislature with just this really critical small window of time when legislators can get a lot of things done before the next wave of legislators takes office and before some leave office. And we want them to focus not on there have been really bad bills that would destroy like corruption, watchdogs in our state. We really want to refocus them on things that matter to us, to our communities, especially as Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. So the People's Agenda is something we came together with other groups, other communities to make that says what we want to see you take action on is strengthening our voting rights, increasing language access at the ballot boxes so that more people can vote in their language, the way that Korean speakers can in Bergen County. We want to see protections for our immigrant communities. I think we're all really scared by what we're seeing happen with ICE just trampling on people's rights, not only here, but in Georgia. You saw the raid of the Hyundai factory. This is something that's going to protect us all eventually. And then, of course, there's a bill that was introduced after the police killing of Victoria Lee in Fort Lee that would say for police, it's the law that you have to use only what force is reasonable and necessary, that deadly force should be a last resort, and that would help train police officers earlier in their careers to de-escalate situations like Victoria's. Asian Americans, including Korean Americans in New Jersey, should have more respect and they should have more power, and they shouldn't be having to beg for the things they need. We are a very fast-growing people. We should be a very powerful constituency. So I'd like to see more local groups representing Asian Americans get started in New Jersey and have more people coming together to demand the things that our communities deserve from the people that we've put in office to serve us. And Asian American-owned companies contribute so much to this economy. We have a state budget of about $55 billion, yet almost none of that flows back into places like the Korean Community Center, Korean Community Services, senior centers, the kinds of like nonprofits that really are on the ground serving our communities. I think that's very different from a state like New York or California, where you see Asian American communities have organized for longer. And we'd like to see New Jersey make the same level of investment that our communities deserve. I think we are, as Asian Americans, over 1 million people in this state. We're 11% of the population. That's a huge number. That should be enough to get anything we want. So I would like the young people to be excited about the possibilities, because I think sometimes the older generations, we feel like, oh, well, it's been this way for so long. How could it ever change? But I think you just look at the energy in our high school or college student, with our younger people, and you can see there's a lot of promise there for our future. So we were here to ask for more, right? For more resources, more power, more respect for Asian Americans, including Korean Americans. And that's something I just hope other Asian Americans in New Jersey feel every day, right? Like, I can be asking for more. I deserve more, because so many of us have had to survive by putting our heads down and working and trying not to attract too much attention. And then we lose a lot of the things that actually we deserve and that we need. So ask for more.
Hi, my name is Gina Park. I am the Community Resilience Manager at AAPI New Jersey. I'm also the social worker on staff. And yeah, we're really excited to be here at People's Agenda here in Trenton.
We'll start out talking at a slow beat, and then we're going to get faster. But we're all going to try our best to stick together as we do the beat. And then when Shira, at the end, gives the chant for Isang Baksak, we do one final big clap together. Okay, everyone ready? Here we go!
Alright, we're going to clap, stop, or ha, or do all three if you'd like, just together. For a just and equal New Jersey, Isang Baksak! Yeah!
there's like a lot of priority items that we are trying to pass through here with legislation, and this is a really like crucial time period right now. So as you can see with all the groups that came out, we are really pushing for protections for our immigrant communities, the NJ Voting Rights Act, NJVRA. We're trying to codify protections for some of our most vulnerable communities, and this is work that we do like all year round. Like, it's definitely not unique to just this month or even this week, but this has been something that we've been leading up to in terms of our advocacy. So it's kind of culminated in this really awesome turnout, with all these different organizations and groups. So it's really awesome to see that. Yeah, no, it was really brutal weather-wise. So yeah, I mean, just our luck, but definitely worth it, and like great energy being out here. Yeah. We ultimately are an Asian American advocacy group, but I mean, as you can see, like so much of the work connects, through like many different lines and many different communities and groups of people. So I think that this is really just the start of us as Asian Americans having a presence in New Jersey. I mean, there are so many of us here. We have these really, really enriched, places and areas with Asian American populations, and I would really love to just see like more of us have a voice and a presence in the state that many of us call home, right? So when we think like immigrant issues, we also think of ourselves. When we think voting issues, we think of ourselves. When we think of protections and rights for people who are incarcerated, we think of ourselves. And I just think that maybe that's not the image that people really associate immediately with some of these things, but at the end of the day, like it really is a part of all of us, and I hope that we are able to establish more of a connection and presence through all these things. Yeah. We are here. We're not leaving. I mean, so many people. I mean, we contribute to this great state. More than in simple terms of economic or in labor in the labor market. But I mean, we add so much value and culture and beauty to everything that exists already. And again, like it's like not to like kind of isolate ourselves or to separate us from as like a as like our own like individual whatever, but we have so much we have so much that we could be doing as a collective. We have so much in common with everybody else, and we are really AAPIs are really, really special. And I hope that if there are people out there who are a little bit on the fence about, getting involved. It doesn't have to be like super scary or political or, however you might think about it. It really is just the little things, and it makes a huge difference. So I hope people will come out and support us. Times are changing, like not to, I'm not saying anything else about, folks who came before, right? It's like we stand on the shoulders of giants, but there is like so much room and so much more stuff to do. So if you're young and you're spunky and you have energy and a bright, hopeful outlook, like really like the world is your oyster. So you can find us at AAPINewjersey.org. We have socials. We have Instagram. We're on Facebook. We are on LinkedIn. We are everywhere. So follow us on social media to see what we're up to. And of course, we have a mobilized page with opportunities to get involved, and so many more. Join our newsletter. That's something else you could do as well. Yes, there's so much out there.
Okay, I'm Hera. I'm Hera Mir. I'm the policy associate with AAPI New Jersey. So I work on the state legislative policies and working on racial justice and policies that will help make New Jersey more inclusive for everyone, including Asian American communities, immigrant communities across the state. So today I'm here testifying in support of a bill that codifies the Office of New Americans. So that's an office that is built to help immigrants that are in New Jersey. So immigrants make up almost a quarter of our population in New Jersey, and Asian American are also a big part of that, right? So we want to make sure that an office like this is really serving everyone in New Jersey that is an immigrant can get services. So for Asian Americans, that means like access to language access when we go to like get services, right? So when our senior citizens need help with public health information or like the state of emergency alerts, those should be available for everyone in different languages that we speak. And this office can help do that, can help bridge those gaps. And yeah, we want to make sure that happens. So that's why we're here in support, to help make sure that the legislators codify the Office of New Americans into law. And 2/3 of those are people who are immigrants or kids of immigrants. So even for Asian Americans, a lot of us are immigrants, and a lot of our community members speak a different language at home, right? The most comfortable language that they have is Korean or Mandarin or Gujarati, right? If they're Indian American. So we want to make sure that the state is doing what it says it will do, and it really, carries out those mandates for language access throughout the state. I think for young people, it's really important to get out there in the community, right? IRL, not just online, and talk to each other, and see what issues we're facing together, and know that when we come together, we have so much power to make the changes that we want to see in our lives, in our communities, in our neighborhoods. And that's really like the work that we're doing at AAPI New Jersey, is to bring our people together to, create the New Jersey that will work for all of us. Their voices are more important than ever. So yeah, it's definitely important that young people get involved in our democracy here in New Jersey.